it's Andrea. Excuse me. And today's Tuesday, March 6th, I think. And, well, Bob says it's supposed to snow tonight and tomorrow, up to 12 inches, but I don't ever believe it until I see it. I'm doing my car vlog today because I didn't do it yesterday. But I just dropped off my youngest son at work. I had this really weird dream last night. I have to tell you about it. I don't know. Do you know what Transformers are? They're these like cars and trucks and stuff that they transform into giant robots, and they fight these bad robots called the Decepticons. It used to be a cartoon in the 80s, and then it's been movies in the last decade or so, couple decades. Anyway, I had this dream that Transformers were real and all of them were evil. This was a terrifying dream. I'm trying to merge, but this person doesn't want to let me. Let me merge, either go faster or slower. Thank you. Learn to share the road, right? Anyway, I had this dream that, like I said, there were Transformers and all of them were evil. And the ones that I saw looked like cars and monster trucks and stuff. And some of them were made out of giant Legos. It sounds silly, but it was terrifying in the dream. It's like, first I came up over this hill. I was with two other people, and it was like evening time, and everything was covered in snow and ice. And we saw these like three fancy sports cars stuck in the ice below us, like they were parked, and maybe they got stuck. Maybe the ice came down afterwards. Well, as we're coming down the hill, the lights start coming on and then going off, and I'm like, what's going on? I thought maybe it was an alarm system or something that was going off. But then one of them like started roaring, like the engine started roaring, and like ice was coming off of it, and it was starting to back up, and we started running. So we found this giant monster truck looking thing, and we hid under it. We kind of tried to hide in the wheels, and then an engine came on that, and it started to take off, so we had to jump down from it. And there were these creepy people around us. They were like made out of plastic. They were kind of like Lego people, but not exactly. I drew a picture of it to show myself. Maybe I'll show you what it looks like, but not while I'm driving. Anyway, these people, they were like really simple, and they were made out of plastic, and they were a little bit shorter than us. And they were kind of shaped like Gumby, but they didn't really look like Gumby. They were made out of plastic, not rubber. And they're walking around saying, "Want food? Want food?" So I said, "We want food." And like they led us a certain way, like we were trying to find a place to hide. And then they had this place that was like, it looked like the ground, and like in the middle was a big hole, and there was like a rock at the top, like in the center, and under the rock was a table and chairs, like plastic table and chairs where you could sit and eat. The stuff that they gave us to eat were these like green sticks that were made out of plastic. Like they made That's where I woke up. But I am telling you that this dream was terrifying. It was scaring me. It was scaring me half to death. And I've had some bad dreams in my life, like where people are trying to kill me, but this goofy one with Transformers and plastic people was really scary to me. I don't know, the weather looks okay today. It's like, I think it said it was 50 degrees, and it seems calm and everything outside, but Bob said that the weather report says it's going to snow. Oh, there's so much traffic. You know, just because the weather report says it's going to snow, that there's going to be tons of people going to the grocery store. So I do not want to go anywhere near a grocery store today. I don't understand it. It makes it seem like people don't have anything in their house until it's going to storm, and then they run to the grocery store. Oh, Oh, yeah, that sign over there says it's 51 degrees out. So that's not bad. Bob's like, just tell the kids you can't drive them tomorrow. I was like, I'll wait to see if it snows. I told them I might not. So here's a picture. There's a picture of the creature, the plastic creatures. Want food? Oh, jeez. Just have my usual day today. My dog's been acting funny lately. Well, he's been acting funny for a while because he's old, you know. Geez, I can never remember how old he is. He's somewhere between 11 and 13 years old. I'd have to look it up. But he's got cataracts. He's half lab. He's half lab, half golden retriever, so he's technically called a golden lab. He just looks like a shorter lab with a little bit longer hair. Well, you've seen pictures of him, probably. Sonny is who I'm talking about. He's been like licking this one part of his front leg, and I was looking at it and there's nothing there, so I don't know if it was itching him. I think I'm gonna have to go get I'm gonna have to see if there's like a dry shampoo for dogs, because he's in kind of bad shape and he's big. There's no way he can get into the bathtub, and we can't lift him into the bathtub, and it's like too cold to wash him outside. I mean, it's 50 degrees right now, but let's face it, it's gonna have to be Bob that washes him if we take him outside. I don't know why I'm saying all this stuff. Somebody's probably gonna tell me, don't use dry shampoo. The thing is that labs are different from other dogs. Like, you're only supposed to wash them a few times a year because their fur is different. They're water dogs, like their fur is made to be able to swim in water, and I don't know what to say. Oh, there's somebody dressed like the Statue of Liberty. Hello. There's like this tax place called Liberty Tax, and they usually have somebody dressed in the Statue of Liberty outfit outside waving at people, and I always wave at them. It's a bad angle it shows. Woo. This is on my mom's side of the family. Everybody has this thing. It's like a double chin, but even if you're thin, you have it. It's really annoying. Like, I'm not thin. I'm not even going to pretend to say that I'm thin. But even the girls that are thin have it. It's just a family trait. So I'm heading home now. I think we're going to have chicken for dinner tonight, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what. It's like where you have a bunch of chicken breasts and you think, do I want to put them in the oven and, you know, like coat them in oil or something and then just have rice or something with it? Or do I want to cut it up and maybe make chicken fried rice, or like spaghetti and chicken, or I don't know. Driving through the wrong side of town. It's not the wrong side, it's just the industrial side. Driving through the industrial side of town. So, how's your week going so far? Does it seem weird when I talk to you? I'll tell you what seems weird is people. What's weird is when you're driving around and people see you talking in your car and they're trying to figure out who you're talking to. I always feel that way when I see people talking in the grocery store, and then you figure out that they have something in their ear. They're talking on their cell phone. It used to be those little earpieces, but now that it'll be like a cord going down, and I don't know. It still looks weird. So I guess I look weird too. I remember when that was a field. It's weird when you're like when I go back to where I used to live. I used to live in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, and when I drive back there and I see places, all these new places that didn't used to be there, and And I remember the things that were there. It's really strange. But time marches on. Time waits for no man or building, I suppose. Some buildings, if you push hard enough to get them made into historic things, which is not very easy to do. Something's not historic just because you used to play in the parking lot when you were a kid. Right? I'm ready for the potholes to be done. I'll tell you what I'm ready for. I'm so ready to move to Texas. I keep thinking about it and dreaming about it. We have to find a place, though, that has really good internet, because my husband is a programmer, and sometimes he works from home. In fact, it depends on, he might end up having a telecommuting job where he does all of his work at home, so in either case, he needs to have, we've always needed to have really high-speed internet at home. So, yes, we pay a lot of money for that, but it's a necessity. I wonder if you can write that off on your taxes. I've never even thought of that. You need it for work, right? I bet there are people that write it off. It's so weird when your pet gets old. You're like, it's still my puppy. It's still my little puppy. He's gotta live forever. Puppy, live forever. If you could, like, put a magic spell on your puppy and make him live forever, would you do that? Or what if they didn't live in... If somebody lived forever, but they didn't have good health, then they're kind of stuck with the bad health for the rest of their life. I don't know. I don't know. Why does everything, like, come down to philosophy in the end when I'm making these videos? Open the window a little. I hear a helicopter. When Bob was in the Air Force, we lived on an Air Force base. Well, we don't live on it. We lived in off-base, on-base housing. It's hard to explain, but it was right near the Air Force base. And we would hear planes all the time. All the time. Usually they didn't come in at night, except for during the first Iraqi war. There were times when planes would come in at night. I mean, when I'm talking about at night, I mean like from midnight to 5 a.m. Most of the stuff was done during the day. That was 20 years ago. Who knows how they do things now? Isn't everything done remotely with what are those little toy planes or whatever? I guess they're not toys, but I told my husband, oh, if you were still in the Air Force, maybe you could be flying one of those drones. That's what they're called. Maybe you'd be flying one of those drones from a desk, which would be weird. Like, do they kill people with those drones, or do they just do surveillance stuff? I think it would be weird to kill somebody with a drone. It's like you're not even there. How sporting is that? Sporting? I don't know if that's the right word, but it just doesn't seem right. Well, I'm going to go in, bring in my lunch. I think this could be the end of my vlog unless something exciting happens later. So I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.